Are you applying for GMC registration, or are you planning to move to the UK as a doctor and you're wondering what to include in your application for the GMC registration? In this video, I'm going to be sharing 5 things you must inform the GMC of. Hi guys, my name is Sisi and I'm a Ugandan medical doctor. I got a DM over on Instagram. Someone was asking me about whether she should include, so she was wondering whether she should include that she has done her internship back in her home country, because she was thinking maybe I can just come to the UK and do my F1 here. So how will the GMC know if I've done it or not? And my answer to her was obviously to not do that, to be informing the GMC of everything. So my main, if there's anything you take away from this video, even if you don't watch the rest of it, but if there's anything that you take away, is that do not lie on your application. Do not lie to the GMC. Do not lie on any of your documents of UK application stuff, because somehow they will find out. And even if they don't, like, there will be somewhere where it comes up. You might not realize it, but somewhere it all gets connected. So for me, when I was applying for my GMC registration, my application took a really long time because I had some issues. These issues were out of my control and they were to do with my registration back in my home country. And I feel like I'm just so happy I did not lie at any point. At some point I was like, I wish I had just maybe lied and fix things somehow, which I did not. It would have been so much easier, but I did not. And eventually it helped me that I was honest throughout. And when you're applying for GMC, sometimes they will keep asking you some things, you answer it, but they ask you again and you answer, they keep asking you. And my advice is to just keep on telling the truth. Even if you keep telling the same thing and it's the truth, do not change. Keep on explaining the way you've explained it, and eventually it will be fine. So think of lying on your application as building a house on sand. So like a house built on sand will eventually crumble. Even a little lie, however insignificant it might seem, later on it might come back to bite you. So be careful, guys. It's not a guarantee that your application will be refused if you mention any of these things, but the GMC does mention that you must tell them because they want to be knowing. Because if they find out later, then obviously it's going to lead you into trouble. The first thing is criminal convictions, cautions, or any police investigations. If you're under investigation for anything and the police is investigating you for something, whether you're innocent or guilty, hopefully you're innocent, but if you're under investigation, then you have to be mentioning this on your GMC application. The GMC has stated this clearly. They want to know of everything. Examples include being under investigation for theft or assault or anything at all, really. You need to be mentioning it on your application. Number 2 is any disciplinary proceedings by your medical regulatory bodies. If you're under investigation by a regulatory body, if there are any sanctions issues against you, if there are any warnings. So for instance, you had some misconduct at work and maybe your medical regulatory body has been involved and they give you a warning, or they are investigating you, or they give you a caution or anything like that, the GMC wants to know. Number 3 is any health conditions that might affect your fitness to practice. They want to know about any health conditions that you might have, for instance, diabetes, anxiety, depression, or anything that might affect your fitness to practice. They want to be knowing about this. So for instance, you might have any of these conditions, but they're being well managed, but it's just good for them to know. And also they've asked for it on their website. These are things they want to know. If you have any physical disabilities that might affect your fitness to practice as well, the GMC will want to know. And I think this is so they can support you in like the right way to work. So if you're able to, if you need any extra support, then they'll be able to support you. So just want to be informing them, guys. The next thing is substance or drug misuse or addiction, even if you have a history of it. So even though you're clear now or you're sober for however long you've been sober for, but you have a history of dependency or alcohol misuse, then GMC wants to know. The last thing that they included on their website was other relevant information. So any other information that you think that they need to know, especially if it's something that wasn't good. I don't think they want to know about good things. Like, it's not like they're looking out for, oh, when were you the star performer at work? No. It's about anything wrong that could have happened in the past at your workplace, any unethical behavior, any warnings. They want to know about them, apparently. So how will they know? If you don't say them, I don't know, guys, I don't know. But if you think that it might come up somewhere, I think you should mention it. That's my advice, guys. The other relevant information includes like if you've had a history of domestic violence, domestic abuse, being a victim, or even being an abuser. Like, they want to know about that. Also being in financial difficulty like bankruptcy. These things apparently might affect your fitness to practice as a doctor, so you want to be letting them know about all this too. They also say that there is no guarantee, that they don't guarantee that just because you say this and they're going to strike you off. No, it's not a guarantee that if you mention this, they won't give the registration. But if you don't mention it and they get to find out, then that is definitely not happening. They will not be giving you registration most likely, guys. So be very careful. I wish you the best in your application, and let me know which of these things are you going to, actually I'm going to do that, but let me know which of these things do you think is unfair, because some of them seem a little bit unfair, like where you want to know about my past, like a medical history. Let me know in the comments below, guys. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you want to watch more videos from me, then don't forget to subscribe. Bye, guys.